Hello again, everyone. I have another commission card to make today, and playing around with ideas, and a problem occurred to me, and it's this. I wanted to use this set of dies from Crafty Notions, which is the slatted ovals. Now, I have a bit of a bee in my bonnet. I don't like vertical slats very much. I like horizontal ones. So what I wanted to do was, as I did with my card yesterday, cut out an aperture from the front panel and then insert, so they are recessed, the slats. So when it came to a square, that wasn't much of a problem really, because I could see if it was parallel, when I came to cut the aperture, if it was parallel with the sides and the top and the bottom. An oval is a bit more tricky. And in fact, I did cut one out. I thought it looked all right. As soon as I took it out of the die cutting machine, I realised, I'll show you, it's here. It's not oriented properly. It's on a slant like this. So if I were to come and put my slats in, they would be on an angle. Can you see? It looks awful. So what I thought I would do is try and devise a cunning plan to try and make sure that I cut the aperture in the correct angle to start with. So what I came up with was this. I've cut a slightly larger front panel. That one was, it was a bit of an offcut. That's why I did it that size. But what I'm going to do is this. This is my front panel for my square card. Around about 150 square. I'm going to use the slats as my reference to get them horizontal. So I'm going to pop that in, and I'm going to use a ruler. I may well use my board for this, my magnetic board. Let's just see if I can. Rather than using my cutting plate, I'll take my sticky mat off. What I was trying to do was to get a horizontal mark on, either side of my oval die. Let's just line that up with that. We'll put that with a magnet on there like this. And I'm putting this way up so that I can definitely see where the lines are. And I'm putting this with the cutting side down so I can draw on the side that I will be seeing when I come to put it in my die cutting machine. And the marks are just made with a Sharpie. So what I did, actually I did it on a cutting mat, but I'll do it on here for you. Let's try and get this to the sort of height that I want. Sort of about, actually this line here is a suitable one. That is a suitable one. So let's put that over like that. I'll bring these out. The reason being, I want to line this up, this middle line, with the edge of the ruler. And then I want to place this so that I've got an equal gap all the way around. And when I've found that, that's when I want to put my line. And I think I've actually got it in the right place. I'm looking all around here to see that there's an equal distance all the way around. This is pretty well, just get it a bit straighter, pretty well parallel. That's parallel. This one is parallel. Let's just try again. Leave that one. Looking all the way around, and I think that's about right. So all I did then was just put a little mark either side. So when it comes to positioning my die on my card panel, put it onto my cutting mat. I just need to line these up with one of the lines. And that looks about it. I'm looking at this line here. I've got about the same distance there as there. We look like we're on the line. So let's just get a bit of low-tack tape. Just check this again. And we'll pop that in. Now, hopefully, when I come to put my slats in, they will be horizontal. Now, I'd like to use this to cut my slats with. This time, I'm going to put, not my magic mat, but a plastic one on the bottom, because I really want a very clean cut. Sometimes it looks like it's got, you know, whiskers if you don't have too sharp a mat. I'm going to tape this down as well. Wonky lines do make me a bit anxious, I must confess. Right, we'll just cut this out. Okay. That's lovely. Now, the moment of truth is to see if these actually look parallel and horizontal, parallel with the top and bottom, and totally horizontal. Let's just take a look. I don't want to damage the card. I'm just going to use a bit of heat. There we go. I've ruined cards before after they've had a really good squish in the die cutting machine, so that the low tack tape is really well and truly stuck. Okay, let's pop this in. And that looks pretty good to me. So that is me very much relieved. So my idea is this. This outside panel will be popped up like this. I did think I might put a colour behind the slats, and I was thinking of this sort of soft green. Thinking of that. Might be a bit harsh, I'm not sure, we'll see. And what I wanted to do was some snowdrops. Have the snowdrops kind of like this. The sentiment I've just made into another little oval to go there like that, and that's kind of going to be it, really. Clean and simple. I think that some people have the idea that the simple part means easy. It's not necessarily easy. It's not clean and easy. It's clean and simple, meaning clean and simple in design, not in, you know, a rate of difficulty. Okay, so I have cut out the snowdrops. Do you know, I love this die. I searched and searched and searched for it for years. It's a Crafty Notions. And eventually, a shop in the New Forest, they just happened to have one in. I bought it online, but I was just thrilled to be able to get it. So I'm going to use my two favourite greens, which I think will tone with that green there. They are 220 and 240, lime green and beige green they're called. So I'm just going to use these very gently. I'm going to leave this in here while I do a bit of colouring. So the nice thing about these ones is the fact that the flowers are separate, which means that you can colour your stems, you know, rather freely, but you don't contaminate the petals. Not all of that one is. There we go. Some of it was hiding. We'll see what that looks like when it's all out. Oh dear, doesn't look like this is cut terribly well. I did cut it on a magic mat. It might have actually have been this one. Did I do it with that one? Yes, I can see the impression, and it hasn't really cut it right through. So this time I'm going to use a plastic base plate. I'll just cut it again. It's a bit of scrap. The flower parts have come out all right, but the stems were not cut properly. I'm not as keen on the Crafty magic mat as the scrapbook.com ones. So this is cut through beautifully. So if you're ever using a magic mat and you wonder why it hasn't cut through, that's probably the reason. Just not enough pressure, or too much, or too little resistance, shall we say. Now, the petals, the flowers themselves do need a tiny touch of green in places. They have like little dots. Don't think it matters where they go. Okay. Now then, that's the one that was no good. We'll pop this onto here just for a moment, and we'll see how we're going to attach the flowers. It's so long since I've actually used this, I don't remember what I did. Did they go behind? Just about to the edge. Perhaps I better do this bit first and then stick those on when we come to it. Put some foam tape on this so it can be raised. I think the next thing would be to put the piece of green behind. Put a piece of this in there. Then I can drop that in from the front. Let's take this off. It's got a slight texture, but not that that will make much difference when it comes to seeing it from the front, because you know it's going to be through these slats. So that's going to go on there like that. Let's have a look at the flowers. Oh, do you know, I don't care for that. It's too much, isn't it? It's too dark. Too dark. Let me find a lighter one. Now, because I have stuck that down, what I'm going to do is cut one with this and then drop it from the front. So we just see how we go. Let's just check this. That's much better. Much, much better. This one was just too overpowering. So we'll pop this in. Doesn't matter that that's still on there. I could probably pull it off, but it doesn't matter. Now this one. So there we are, that's in. Now I think I will stick in the flowers. I'll just put a bit more colour on this. Odd places. There we go. And this, I think, can just tuck in there, and some be in and some be out. I'm going to twinkle it first. Right, now I'll put my glue on and we'll pop it in, and it's not actually going to make a very difficult card to make. It's going to be quite quick. And in this case, clean and simple is actually quite easy. Now, just a little shape to these flowers. Right, I've got my 6 blossoms here, blooms, flowers, whatever you're going to call them. Just put a little bit of shape in there. And I think what I'll stick these on with is just a little bit of 3-dimensional glue. Isn't that pretty? I haven't actually put any twinkle on them, so I'm going to have to do that right now. This is going to go there, partly on some foam tape, partly glued down, and then popped onto the card base, and we're done. So there we are, a pretty little card for a spring birthday. So hope you enjoyed it, and do come back and see me very soon. Thanks for watching.